When I went to school, I went to York College in Nebraska to get my Bible degree. When I went there, I was wanting to be a campus minister. That's what I told people. I'm a Bible major. I want to be a campus minister. I came here first as a freshman, and I was a Church of Christ kid. My dad was youth minister. I knew I went to all the youth rallies. I'd done the whole thing, and I got here, and it was kind of bizarre to me because I didn't have Dad here anymore, or Mom, or anyone telling me to do what I needed to do. Go to church, come here, I can do whatever, And I started just to ask why, like why am I coming to these things? Why am I going to church? Why do I call myself a Christian? It doesn't really mean anything. And I ended up getting with Chris, the old campus minister here, Chris Buxton, and he was a huge mentor to me. He challenged me to get my own faith, to not rely on my parents' faith anymore, not rely on anyone else's faith, my preachers, my youth minister, who was my dad, but to actually get my own faith and look at Christianity, from every angle. The age that the kids are getting here is so crucial. They've got a decision to make. It's not a matter of it's not frivolous anymore. It's real. Like, why are you doing what you're doing? What's the direction of your life? I mean, they've got degrees that they're planning. They got, they're looking for their husband and wife. They're looking at, for the rest of their life. From that moment on, they see that importance of making these major decisions for their life. Our students are getting here trying to find purpose and vision for their life. Every student comes to college with that in mind. If you think about it, I mean, they come to college looking at a degree that plans out pretty much the rest of their future. And so the vision, I think, for my students is to come in and put God in that picture. And I think that it's different. Kids come here in all different spots of life. I mean, you've got Church of Christ kids coming who've been grown up with great families, godly families. You got kids coming from just broken situations, bad parts of town, bad education, and they're here as maybe a last resort. And so your direction my direction with each kid could be completely different. But ultimately, I guess you can say that no matter what, the vision is to put God at the focus for the rest of their life. We do a lift on Monday nights. It's like our worship type service. We do a Bible study on Wednesday nights that is very, very much about digging into the Word of God. And we've had great response with that. We've had 60, 70 people show up every week for that on a Wednesday night. And there's no, I mean, whenever I schedule an event, and I did this in youth ministry, and I'll do it now, there's no hidden agenda. I don't say, hey, we're going to have 100 pizzas and a rock band. Oh, and we're also going to preach to you. Like, it's going to be either ministry focused or it's going to be fellowship focused. And on the event flyer, on the advertisement, we're going to advertise that. Another thing that I'm going to put into place is a communion service. We did this at York every Sunday night at 9 o'clock, and it was a service dedicated completely to communion. One thing that we are starting this year is a group called Cairo. Cairo is the first two letters of Christ in the Greek alphabet, and it's going to be a completely service group. Okay, our shirts will just have it'll have the Cairo symbol, the X and the P on the front. They're going to be black and white, real simple. And they won't say CCSC anywhere on them. We're not going to run around with Church of Christ pamphlets to give to people. It's a service-led group with zero agenda. And then anybody who wants to come be a part of Cairo can. And when you come up and you do an event, you get a free shirt, and everybody wears your Cairo shirt to the event, whatever you do. And that's it. It's all about Jesus, too. It's not about the Church of Christ Student Center. It's not about the Baptist Student Union. It's not about Wesley Foundation. It's about Christ, period. And I think whenever you start serving people, not only do they feel the love of Christ, they want in on it. They want to do that too. They want to give back, and they want to be a part of that group. And all you have to say is, next time, come along. Give me your number. We'll do it together.